Hello and welcome back to the Boston Commune.
This week's Incredulous installment will feature commentary from Comrade Scott, Joe, Sarah, and myself. It's a bit of a diet epoch this week. Topics include taxes, guns, filibuster reform, Marty Walsh's big break, MBTA backpedaling, the nature of Aleppo, smoking weed, not smoking weed, posters in my apartment, and what Scott wants you to watch.
Please do us a favor, share this content, do yourself a favor, enjoy your epoch.
You are like giants in a china shop, pretending you know what you don't know, shitting all over the place, and then never while crying, we can't go now because it's embarrassing. Well...
Where were you, Dad? I'm just kidding.
What the fuck, Craig?
Joe, turn off your camera, please. Joe, you know what time it is?
I do.
Yeah, it's time for your Disgruntled Joe'n off.
Oh, it's Disgruntled, is it?
We got an all-boys show tonight, at least right now.
It's going to be a quickie.
This might be a 20-minute episode.
You used to do that.
We're returning to our roots. Hell.
So, yeah, the federal government, I guess, can't be bothered to collect taxes on rich people. The Treasury Department's Inspector General report that came out this week found the IRS failed to collect $2.4 billion in taxes on those making over $1 million a year. Quote, taxpayers having an average adjusted gross income of over $1.5 billion paid the IRS an average of 39% of what they owe. While 39% is more than what the IRS predicted it would collect, those high-income taxpayers still owed $2.4 billion.
What do you mean they couldn't find it? Like they weren't looking hard enough, or they just didn't receive it from, like they weren't paid?
They haven't been trained to identify what money is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. What's this thing with the signature on it, boss? It's called a check. Oh.
Inspector General for Tax Administration said the failure of the IRS to collect taxes from the wealthy is because the agency doesn't target a person's income enough when deciding which cases they pursue. That makes no sense to me at all. Like, shouldn't it be like literally one of the only criterias that you decide?
I still can't get this claim that they couldn't find it out of my head. What?
There were at least 30 taxpayers making over $50 million a year who each owed $356,459 in taxes, and over 1,014 taxpayers making more than $5 million who owed less than $100,000 each.
Yeah, it's also bullshit that they don't choose by income because they know that it's a lot easier to litigate people who can't afford to pay a lawyer.
Yes, in fact, actually, the report...
who's having audits come down on their head, you know?
The report suggested going after those with higher incomes who owe smaller amounts because they would have the ability to pay, which doesn't really make any sense. Because, like, shouldn't you be targeting the people with the most money? Yes, they have lawyers in, like, tax havens, i.e. Delaware. But, like,
it's a weird
really?
System. Yeah, Delaware, fuck you. First state, more like first fucking...
More like first being a dick.
Yeah. First...
Haven.
Tax haven. Yeah, no, exactly, yeah. Literally speaking.
So the top 1% is avoiding taxes on like 20% of their income. That's kind of insane. So, the same report, the top 1% of households in terms of income failed to report an astonishing 21% of their income to the IRS. So it's a combination of rich people and business owners not reporting their income and rich people hiding their incomes in like tax havens. And the IRS not being bothered to like pursue it. So it's like really like a triple threat.
So they just like they couldn't go to Delaware, so they couldn't find it. They had to stay in D.C.
Much
That's
like Hillary Clinton in Wisconsin.
They're bound by law.
It's like Hillary Clinton not going to Wisconsin. It's something that could easily be rectified, but just doesn't happen.
No. Joe.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about some of the shootings that have happened recently? Because I think we should.
I see absolutely no hope in anything getting done.
Oh, yeah, no, of course not.
because I was a high school sophomore when Sandy Hook happened, and I vividly remember. I actually remember where I was when
Joe is so fucking young. That's just all I have to say.
I was at a Dunkin' Donuts across the street from my high school when I first found out about it, and like thinking like, oh, we might actually get something done because like
all of these dead children.
And then in the spring of 2013, nope, they shit the bed on that one, and then they pretty much gave up for the rest of the decade. Actually, no, that's not true, because in 2016, gun control is like one of the only things that congressional Democrats will actually try. Because I remember in 2016, even though they were in the minority in both chambers, the Senate Democrats commanded the floor for over 24 hours doing a rolling talking filibuster, in which several senators worked as a group, taking over for each other in like basically like shifts, so as to be able to maintain control of the floor in an effort to behoove McConnell to commit to a vote on gun control legislation. And then on the House side of things, Representatives Kathleen Clark of Massachusetts and Sean Lewis of Georgia staged a 27-hour sit-in on the floor of the House. Again, also over gun control legislation. But like, that's the only time in my adult life that I've really ever seen congressional Democrats actually try to do something. Like,
yeah, that's
throw
interesting.
Everything, including the kitchen sink, trying to use every trick in the book to get what they want. Other than that, they just kind of cave, or they give up like a limp dish rag. It'd just be like, nope, we don't.
A limp dick rag?
Limp Bizket.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah.
Chocolate
It's weird
starfish.
it's weird they haven't been able to
A
get that.
hot dog flavored water.
Keep rolling on, yeah.
They're doing the thing where they like do
Now-
the
we love
platitudes.
this shit right here. LIMP Bizket is right here.
It's right here.
People are ripping their hands in the air because if you don't hear it, you don't hear it.
I think it's a fucking misguided effort anyways, because like the problem is not just that people have guns, it's that like people who have money are the ones who can access guns. It's people who have money, but it's also cops and the military and
A mental
like-
health issue, because like 60% of handgun deaths in America are the result of suicide.
yeah, I mean it's just I feel like the whole thing is a very fucking misguided effort. It's going to criminalize self-defense, which I mean,
At least one cop died in that shooting, if there's a silver lining.
yeah, that was what I said. I somebody left a comment in one of those, ostensibly leftist Facebook groups, and they were like, "Oh, the guy killed a cop. I'm so pissed." And I misinterpreted that as like, oh, it's so dumb that like the guy who's probably a fascist killed a cop. And I was like, who fucking cares? Like, a cop died. That's great. It doesn't matter who killed the cop. Like, there's a dead cop. But I need to put some music on. Otherwise, my brain's not going to do the thinky part.
The thinky no brainy. It's not gonna. Okay.
The big smart brain machine.
Created by, the thing.
Yes.
That's what I think
Oh,
of
no.
every time I hear someone say the thing.
What do you think about?
I think of that time that's right before Super Tuesday where Joe Biden forgot like that phrase in the Declaration of Independence.
Oh,
All men
the
and
thing,
women.
yeah.
He's like, all men and women are created by
all men are
the
created
thing.
equal. And
All men and women created by the thing.
Joe, you want to complain about the stimulus now? Because I know you said you wanted to.
Absolutely. I always want to complain about the stimulus. So
He always wants to
talk about-
complain, ladies and gentlemen.
Did I talk about last week about how Ohio has sued the
That's
government
why we love
over
him.
the stimulus money?
They sued the
No.
government?
I don't think so.
It's actually pretty badass.
Ohio is objecting to the federal government putting spending controls on the state aid because Ohio, like all of the other red states, wanted to take the state aid they received from the government and use it to subsidize tax cuts on public services. And they're claiming
Oh, yeah, that's
that,
pretty rad.
Jeez.
and they're
oh, yeah.
claiming that putting spending limits the government is giving them violates their monetary sovereignty to do whatever the fuck they want with their budget, which is bullshit in the first place. But so, like, explain how Medicaid works. So it's okay to give you money for Medicaid, but it's not okay to give you money for other stuff.
No, man.
all right, now that I got the slam juices flowing,
Slam juice flow!
I want to say that my official stance on gun control is that
Yeah.
the Soviet Union knew what the fuck was up, giving everybody exactly one gun. Everybody gets one. Nobody gets more than one.
Do you get to pick what kind of gun you get?
No.
Do you get to customize it with like stencils and like glitter paint and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Like glitter and paint and whatever. Everyone gets an artsy bolt-action rifle, okay?
No, everybody got a pistol at the time. Everybody got a pistol, I think.
This is all the same pistol. Like it was just like here's all the same model of pistol, and this is what you get. No, that's it.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, pretty much. Joe, you don't want a pistol just to play with?
Jesus, my
Someone out of frustration.
Joe, maybe you shouldn't have a pistol.
Yeah, I've had that thought myself.
boyfriend's kind of a gun nerd. He already owns. How many does he own now?
I was
He
wrong.
has 2 or 3.
I was wrong. If you want to have a pistol, you can have a pistol. If you want to have a rifle, you can keep a rifle. So honestly, I'm even
Hell
happier
yeah.
with that. That sounds like a good policy to me.
We're moving to
The person who
40
knows
years
about
ago.
guns because of like my interest in military history, but like as someone who is, but also as someone who is personally unacquainted with physical violence, probably not best to give me a gun.
All right.
I mean, you could just don't.
I mean,
You
it's
just.
not your need. It's fine. We won't give you one. You've
I mean,
told
you
us
could just
you
not
warned
buy
us.
bullets if you want. Just don't buy any ammo.
Yeah, throw it away.
Just smack
Bury it.
myself in the head with it then.
Yeah, just pistol whip yourself
Look at,
for
you know,
communism.
You'll,
That's
yeah, you'll
for the-
eventually
for the great-
pass
for the
So
out.
with myself with communism.
greater good. Sorry, Sarah, I totally interrupted you. You were talking about your boyfriend is in service. He's a gun nut.
But no, it wasn't about him in the service. This is separate from that. He's just also, besides that, also a gun nerd. And I don't remember how many he has, but they're all like kind of historical ones. Some gun that's technically something else, but because it's Spanish or something, it's something. They're all like bolt actions. They're really fucking heavy. He keeps them at his mom's house back here in Massachusetts. Well, not with him, but they're kind of cool. I went to a shooting range once. This is my extent of my gun knowledge. The random gun facts my boyfriend tells me, and the videos he sends me from Forgotten Weapons. And yeah, that's basically it. Pew pew.
Phew.
Joe, you got any more
Hey,
things
Joe,
to complain
Joey.
about?
Got any more news for us?
I want to get back to the mayoral
Jesse
race.
wants to keep talking.
No, I want
That's
Joe
good.
to talk about the mayoral race.
Talk
'cause he
about
has
the
some numbers
mayoral
on that.
race.
So today
Mayo race.
Today
What
was
is
a
the
great
mayo
day for
race?
Massachusetts, but a
Which
terrible
mayo should
day
I
for
put on my
America.
next sandwich? Tell me.
Today was a great day for Massachusetts, but a really bad day for America. Why? Because Massachusetts is finally rid of Marty Walsh. Why is this bad for America? Because now America has to put up with Marty Walsh.
Oh, I'm going to put some womp womp sound effects in post.
That's nice.
So yeah, we're finally
Yeah.
rid of that moron, and we have Kim Janey, the first black woman to be mayor of Boston. I don't particularly know that much about her, but I assume that she's a neoliberal. And Michelle Wu is
Joe, you're just going to assume that right out the bar? Okay, fine.
I mean, it's Boston politics.
How dare you make such an audacious claim?
My brain keeps auto-correcting her name to Jim Caney. I did not know who she was prior to this whole thing about Marty Walsh going away to be Secretary of whatever labor. Bad brain reading.
We actually had like a cabinet position that was Secretary of whatever.
Secretary.
Right up there with Secretary of something or other.
Audacious of you, the other bad brain people, for laughing at my bad brain. Who's like, I think it's labor. I don't remember. I've stopped paying attention, which is really great. I have a lot of other brain space to think about other things, more immediate concerns.
Yeah.
That is reason to pat yourself on the back.
Wait, is
with
he?
all of
He
this shit.
is Department of Labor, though. Wow.
Yeah,
So,
he is.
Yeah.
Secretary of sucking my ass. Fuck him.
Secretary of drinking piss.
Yes.
Doesn't
That's Charlie Baker.
Wait, what is that person's responsibility? Like,
ADP.
What it sounds like. It's
Say that
I mean,
Secretary
like-
of drinking everybody's piss.
oh god.
Quality control.
although
There's a large cauldron we all piss into.
we did title the episode Secretary of Drinking His Own Piss, so we did specify.
Yeah, that's true.
With Charlie Baker, it is his own pee for certain.
So his
is
piss
true.
is some sort of baseline, like litmus test for like the entire nation, basically.
Or you get a blessing to God, but instead of being like, okay, This person's blood smells like kidney cancer.
This person's blood smells like kidney cancer?
Alright, this person's like urine tastes like kidney cancer, so...
Yeah, he's an X-Files character.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to think, though, that Charlie Baker, he can drink piss, and then from that, deduce.
He can drink piss and chew gum at the same time.
Smells like kidney cancer.
Oh, that's good.
That's all the Democrats are trying to do, is they're trying to drink piss and chew bubblegum at the same time.
I was gonna say that he's somehow like the flavor of the piss has a very high correlation to the unemployment numbers or something like that. You could figure it out.
I love that joke. Oh, and good news.
Piss tastes
There's no video of President Trump sucking a ding dong. And so what if there was?
So what if there was?
Without Ellie, we kind of missed something. Yeah, go Joe, sorry.
The T might actually be rolling back its service cuts, at least with the subway and the buses.
Oh, fucking thank God.
What happened? What happened? They stopped being a bunch of dicks?
The state's congressional delegation was publicly pissed off enough with them enough that they were like, okay, I guess we gotta like kind of backtrack on the...
Backtrack on the what, Joe? They cut you off.
Steve Postak, the general manager of the T, committed only to reversing the subway cuts and the bus cuts as soon as possible, but did not specify when exactly this would happen and said nothing about the cuts on the MBTA's commuter rail line.
Subway, does that include the street level stops for the Green Line?
Yes.
It only includes the restaurants.
But...
They're finally bringing back $5 footlong.
Well played, Sarah. Well played.
No, I mean I'm trying to do the jokes like Ellie does.
What's going on?
It didn't say when exactly the cuts would happen, but it says something that... I'm just going to wait for him to finish.
You always say that when someone's done with their routine.
It says something that, like, well, at least there's a limit at which, like, the T can just be like...
we actually have to give a fuck now.
Because the T did get, like, $1.4 billion in, like, federal money in the past 4 months, so there are projections of, like,
we're going to save, like, $21 million by June.
It's not really feasible in terms of, like, justifiable logic. Like,
Logic's
for fuck's sake,
magic.
Even fucking Steve Lynch, of all people, is like, you guys have your heads up your asses. Steve Lynch, literally the only Democrat in Congress, still around and kicking, that voted against Obamacare 10 years ago.
Steve Lynch,
we just
famed
keep the conversations
communist.
from last time.
Yes. God damn it.
Quick, more news.
The Democrats are saying they want to
Hold
do
on,
an infrastructure plan.
Hold on a second.
Paid for by rich people's taxes, but I don't see that happening.
Hold on. Scott, your audio is gone. There's nothing. It just lights up and there's no sound.
So, there is actually one thing that is going on in Congress that I am interested in. It doesn't seem like a lot. They're talking about reforming the filibuster in a way that would actually allow them to bypass a lot of this shit that we're dealing with. Like, the talking filibuster, it doesn't sound as exciting, but it actually kind of is, because at the very least, it's pissing Mitch McConnell off a lot, which is usually a good indicator that you're doing something right.
I know this isn't apt, but...
Democrats suck ass!
Okay, I'm just making sure you can hear me. I started fucking with my settings. I won't do that again.
Scott fucked around and found out, at least on the settings.
Go, just keep talking.
So...
fucking wring your neck, it's fine.
So, Mitch McConnell had a tantrum on the floor of the Senate.
Hell yeah.
Warning that he will bring, like, nuclear winter upon the Senate Democrats from a legislative perspective.
Fuck that turtle bitch.
The legislative equivalent of, like, a nuclear winter the next time he's in charge. But also, like, please don't rock the boat. At the same time, which is actually really funny when you think about it. Please don't rock the boat, but I will rock the boat so fucking hard you don't know what's happening.
Yeah. So, like, he'll kill everybody? Is that what he's implying?
Yeah.
That strange little man.
We will move the country around with our conservative values so strong you won't even know. Because the Democrats are seriously talking about. Joe Manchin is softened under the filibuster a little bit. They're now in favor of a talking filibuster, which I would really like. I would like just from like an aesthetic point of view of having to watch a senator like actually stand up and talk for 12 hours.
Maybe some of the older ones would die, and it would like thin the ranks.
I mean, Bernie Sanders did an 8.5-hour talking filibuster 10 years ago to object to Obama making a deal with Republicans to make the Bush tax cuts permanent. He did that for 8.5 hours. It's on YouTube. You can find it.
Fish, redfish, blowfish. Let's see.
He was just reading Seuss the whole time?
It was a lot of things, but you can actually watch it on YouTube. I've done it a couple times while at work where I just put it on and it gets me through the whole shift.
What did he actually say? Was he actually reading Dr. Seuss?
No, he was condemning Obama and the professional managerial class for most of it.
3 fish, 4 fish.
Because when they start fucking around,
just a limited strike. Oh, sorry.
Part of the reform would be like requiring that like you'd have to command the floor of the Senate to be able to block something, but also that like change the rules so that like instead of like having a filibuster veto being like, oh, like you need 3/5 of the Senate who is present and voting, so like 60% of the senators in the room, which means that like if you really, really wanted something, you could just ram it through. You could hold a vote at like 3:30 in the morning, operating on the assumption that the Republicans would need at least 33, 34 members of the Senate to be either in the room or very close by at all times to be able to prevent something like from happening. So you schedule like a floor vote for Medicare for all at like 4 in the morning. And like it's like 60% of the people who are in the room to vote for it. 60% of like 70 people is less than 60% of 100 people.
You know Bernie Sanders would just sleep in his office if that was the case.
Oh, absolutely. I told Jane I do not need the suit jacket.
I told her I don't need
I will use it as a pillow.
Foam. I got plenty of ties, the jacket. It's not the most comfortable, but it'll do.
I remember when Bernie Sanders told James Adomian that like the art to the rumple is that you need to sit and or sleep on your suit jacket to make it look the way he does.
The rumple.
It's the art of the rumple.
When you said something about some of that 3 ramming came through at 3 a.m., it made me think of that thing from Star Wars. I had to Google it to figure out what I was going to talk about, but by the time that I figured out what it was actually called, it was too late to make the joke in a timely manner.
Make the joke
so I'm just going to mention it now again.
Make that ramming joke.
No, it's like it's called the Holdo maneuver or light speed ramming. Hyperspeed ramming, sorry.
Hyperspeed ramming.
That's a cool part of that movie.
I'm a nerd enough to know exactly.
Fuck off, fanboys who don't like that movie.
I don't know. I have to watch it again because I feel like I just didn't process it at all.
Movie.
That's frankly
I mean that's
very
fine.
typical
It is
for
a
me.
Star Wars movie, like who cares? So.
I don't have my own joke.
No comment.
Joe, give the comment.
It was a good movie.
How do you? Oh, that's all you got to say. Okay, thank you for your in-depth commentary. Never mind.
Well, I'm too tired to provide like a more in-depth analysis than that.
That's right. You were going to go to bed.
Yes, quite soon.
Quite soon. Oh, you have more stories?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Joe's got no more do. More.
I mean, if one of you guys want to talk about like what's going on with the border.
What's going on with the border? Joe, tell me. I don't know. You think I freaking know things? What? I know jokes.
You think I know things?
Dude, that's about it.
It's like a humanitarian crisis on the border because there are more children unaccompanied by parents who are showing up at the border and then they're detaining them.
More than there were under Trump's?
Yeah.
Oh, well, whoopsie.
Democrats suck ass.
I mean, aren't there more of them because the Democrats are in theory nicer? So then they're like, maybe they'll. So it's like this. It's like this really frustrating problem. You could come to like opposite conclusions. You'd be like, well, I guess you should never be nice to anybody ever again. Or you could be like, well, maybe we should be really nice and just let them all in because we kind of fucked up the whole southern part of this continent. So, whatever. But
no, that second one, that is a step too far. You can't just do the right thing. You know the ramifications of that? What if people start thinking that they can just survive, all right? And then you got Russians spying on Gary Johnson jerking off.
Nice.
Yeah.
You didn't reduce shit.
I love his interview with
And
with
what is
Axios,
Aleppo?
where he was like, he was like trying to talk about his tax policy, and the interviewer is like, "No, it's not me that you're disagreeing with. It's all of the world's economists that are disagreeing with you." And he's like,
You know what? I was for weed before everyone else. That's leadership.
and the guy goes,
Yeah.
"What does that have to do with tax policy?"
It was leadership.
We love him. I love him. It's great, man.
He was a meme in high school. We had like a mock 2012 election in high school, and I remember that Gary Johnson won by a landslide because
What?
Because Gary Johnson was pro weed.
because some of the guys I tried to hang out with, but then stopped because they made me uncomfortable. They would went around and were trying to they were like, guys, he's the greatest. Like weed, and also like it's just a meme. They're like, Obama? No, never mind. Just Gary Johnson all the way. It's like, what are his policies? I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, what is Aleppo anyway? What is it?
I still don't know.
I don't know what it
And
is.
what is
I'm
Aleppo?
a silly American. I don't know anything outside my country.
And what is Aleppo?
What is it? I don't know.
And what
The
is
Vegas
Aleppo?
there is basically said that though.
No one
Do you
did
not
the
know what
question.
Aleppo is?
And what is Aleppo?
Like
Do
in
you
the
not-
Jeopardy question,
Joe, somebody answer the fucking question.
Does Josie not know?
it is a
It's
city.
a city in Syria.
Jesus Christ.
What?
I'm just waiting for someone to say something.
I don't
Thank
know.
you.
I wasn't sure.
Oh,
if
you
were
actually
joking.
wanted somebody to...
Yes, I was half joking, but I just wanted to say someone to say what.
I think I drew... Maybe I was trying to draw that bit out a little bit longer than
Sure, it was a rhetorical
gas.
question.
Gas ran out.
All right, we're
And,
gonna start it over then.
And what is Aleppo?
I'm kidding.
Yeah, what is it?
What is it? Is it a concept? What?
Is that a band?
It's what a concept.
It's more of a feeling.
Aleppo.
Aleppo is responsible for the song more than a feeling. What?
No.
Aleppo, colon.
It's more of a feeling.
It's more of a feeling.
It's a state of mind.
That's the fucking episode title.
What?
What?
Aleppo. It's more of a feeling.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's one option on the table, I guess.
No, we're doing it.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah,
Good lord.
we're doing that. It's final.
All right, and I just want to get this in here because I was gonna do a Rabid Radlibs, but I'm just gonna read the name and subheading of the article again because I don't need to do a whole segment on it. I just want to read the title.
Go off, Joe. Off.
Oh, it is time for me to go to bed. So
More than Joe Phelan. Yeah, go to bed, Joe Phelan. Oh, I love him.
Well, the article is called "Larry Summers versus the Stimulus."
That's
And
a
the
great title.
And the subheading is, could the passage of a $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package mark the end of the neoliberal era?
What?
I don't know who that is.
Larry Summers?
He used to run Harvard. Was he Obama's financial? He's one of the financial advisors to one of the presidents or something. I think it was Obama. But yeah, he just represents the neoliberal austerity that we all
Yeah, he
know
looks like
of.
it. I could tell from his Wikipedia picture.
He was the Secretary of Treasury in the Clinton administration, and Director of the National Economic Council in the Obama administration.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And now he's just an ugly guy.
Now he's just a prick writing articles and he was in that documentary recently. He's just a fucking asshole. What, is he against the stimulus? Of course he is.
Yeah.
I'd love to know why.
Because big government bad. Because it's when the government does stuff, it's socialism, and then when it does a lot of stuff, that's communism.
When the government does stuff, and it's more socialism, the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.
What would you call Richard Wolff's accent?
New York.
American, yeah.
The way he says communism is very it appeals to my eardrums.
English wasn't his first language. French was his first language.
Oh, okay, cool.
Damn, I feel lost. It's like we don't have the sail.
Yeah.
The sail of the...
That is Joe.
That is Joe. Or Ellie. We are like a boat adrift in the sea of confusion and loneliness.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. Like we said, it's going to be a short one. We've managed to squeeze like 40 minutes out of this so far.
Talk about the development meeting I had.
Yeah, developers suck dick.
Oh, that wasn't what it was. It was just more so funny because somebody was like, "You can't build this thing," and her reasoning was because people will come by and they'll be drinking and smoking weed. And it's like, does she still think weed is illegal or something? Like, do you think people are not already doing that? Do you think Alston doesn't already have a ton of students? Like, I don't know what they're. It's just really random.
Yeah, I live like practically next to a dispensary.
Nice. I've been meaning to go. I'm too busy to do drugs, to be honest.
I'm in recovery, so I cannot do the weed.
We should switch houses then.
The marijuanas, because if you do the marijuanas, then I heard that you go crazy and then you just fucking die.
Yeah, like I'm about to. You know,
it's crazy
because I'm doing the marijuana. Right when the show stops recording every week, I go crazy and die.
He dies every time. It's just crazy. I can't believe it.
But Jesse, it's perfect. We could just trade apartments.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
If you move in, you have to leave all the posters where they are now.
Okay. I'm not very much of, like, I'd be like, all right, well, the decor is half done already. That's perfect, because I really I don't have the brain space to fit in some, like, decorating.
Smoking the weed.
I've had, like, a box with a poster in it just sitting next to my computer for, like, a week.
Okay.
Cool, what's the poster?
It's Franz Fanon.
Which one's that?
Which Franz Fanon is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, which one? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Fucking
cool.
Rad one.
I don't know. There's so many people. I don't remember them all. I never learned about them at all ever, actually.
The listener does not know this, so I will inform the listener.
Let him in behind the curtain.
Currently, I have to my left, I got Lenin and Ho Chi Minh.
Oh!
To the right, I got Che Guevara, Thomas Sankara, and
that rhymed.
Daddy Marx. And then I got a big flag in the other room with Rosa Luxemburg on it. And right in front of me, I got Alexandra Kollontai and a painting of the little blue fairy penguins. They're not communists, but maybe they are.
They could be, yeah.
It's not for me to say. I'm not gonna
learn penguin and talk to them and convert.
You know what? I believe in the right to self-determination of all penguin species. So, and then I got the big Soviet flag in the back. Now I got the Franz Fanon.
I mean, if you follow the lore of the Happy Feet movies, especially the second one, you could argue that penguins are rather communistic. So, but that's if you go by those movies.
The fact that you can have like a gay penguin dad couple is pretty tight as far as progressive, like birds is concerned.
Birds. Working in some burbs every episode. Working in some birds. Fly around burbs. Barbs. We're just talking about some barbs. Birds. We're sorry we're pretty light on the content tonight with the burbs and with all the stuff. I mean, we can, it's fine if we want to just wrap it up now. It's been like an hour.
Wrap it up like a
fucking bow.
We're
returning to the old days of the short eps, the 48-minute eps.
No, dude, I'm going to cut this down. There's so much garbage in this.
It's not garbage. It's all cute and lovable.
All right, whatever. I'll just post all the shit that I don't like.
Okay, fine.
It's the shit that I don't like.
I'm sorry, bro. All right,
you suck. Christ. You fucked everything up. I hate you.
We got some drama going this episode.
I'm sorry, I forgive you.
Oh, God. Oh, God damn it, Comrade, you're great. All right, I'm going to recommend...
Comrade Scott tells you what to watch.
I'm going to recommend Fiddler on the Roof. Because it's a good movie. I watched it with Hava a week ago. It's good. That's what you should watch. Oh, and then I'm the person who starts the outro, right? So my name is Scott. Was Scott. I'm going to die at the end of the episode, remember.
Formerly known. The artist formerly known.
Yeah. So my name was Scott. You can still find my music posthumely at SoundCloud and at Bandcamp at Sweaty White. Wait a second.
Did you just say posthumously?
Posthumously. You can find my... Yeah.
Posthumously. posthumously.
How do you say posthumously? Yeah, thank you.
No,
All right.
Posthumous. I don't know how to pronounce it either. Posthumously?
Posthumously, yeah. Posthumously, you can. Oh my god.
Preposterously.
That's how you say posthumously. That's how you say it. Anywho,
preposterous.
Anyways, I'm you can find my music at SoundCloud at Bandcamp under Sweaty Wife. I'm on Instagram at Sweaty Wife. I'm on fucking Twitter at Death Mullet. Joe is on Instagram at like whatever the fuck his bullshit is. You can follow his bullshit. He talks about boring shit like the Red Sox and other bullshit. I don't tweet. He still does. He also does boring shit on his Instagram. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm kidding. I love him. Everything he does is exciting. Sarah, you can't really find you on the internet, correct?
No, I don't think. I mean, you could try. It just won't be exciting. What is it? Let me go find my...
We're having some problems with the bots tonight. Those little body bots.
Bratty bots.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was just talking to myself for like 5 minutes, like pretending to have a conversation.
Go ahead, do your thingy.
Jesse. You can find my music on soundcloud.com/contingence Boston, CONTINGENCE Boston. Remember to hit up comrade-rosie.org. Click getting involved. Select one or more mutual aid groups to donate your time, money, and or labor to because people really need your help right now. Mwah. Love you.
Sweet kisses on your face. That's right. That's right. That's right. You can find us on Patreon at Epic Incredulity, Twitter at Epic Incredulity, same with Instagram. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, but more importantly, go to our Patreon, listen to our content, listen to the Movie Club episodes. Put a lot of effort into the last one. That's cool, though. You don't have to, motherfucker. But I would like it if you did. Yeah, and like Jesse said, go
Interrupting to cow. Sorry, I forgot to say.
Motherfucker.
The upcoming weekend Marxist Menagerie will be, for the next 3 weekends, a narration of Joseph Stalin's Dialectical and Historical Materialism, which will fill in all the gaps that I left in my subpar explanation in the previous episode. I did okay, though. I did okay. All right.
What? Oh, yeah, go to Comrade Rosie and hit the Get Involved tab or just join your fucking local mutual aid, join a unionizing effort, do something, tenant organization, just do something. Get a tank. As always, like we say, it's but tank dough.
But tank dough!
Sweaty Wife says, but tank dough! And that's your Epoch, because fuck the bots and Jesus Christ, what a stupid episode this is.
Stupid episode.
Aleppo! More than a feeling!
What is it? What is Aleppo?
It's more than a feeling!
From the Boston commune.
Do you still have the soundboard up?
I do. I can't. Right. I have to have it up or I can't have audio at all.
Okay. Last week you did an alligator.
And what is Aleppo?
You did an alligator and then you just started spamming the elephant. So,
well, I mean, I have Viking sounds now.
Nice.
I don't know.
No, I don't know what that is.
A boat horn.
It's a war horn.
Boat horn. Big, beautiful boaters. We love them.
Yeah.
The boaters.
For the fucking Game of Thrones dorks.
All right, so give me an animal, Scott. Not an elephant, not an alligator. Oh, a cop. Okay.